But he doesn't realize 1, 2, 1, 2. We about to get started momentarily, like almost right now, but not right now. Give it up for the DJ, Jesse Marie, with the serenade, dope serenade, dope DJ, dope poet, because we dope people. Welcome to Mic Drop. See you in a minute.
When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You want to see the inside, but I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's the with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this pocket. Rob up all the strings watching. Here comes respect. This crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man eye, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Put me milks at lunch, the milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch. Hey, eyes constant, blue and white duck. Ask me. Sky is the limit, you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, you know that you can have what you want, pressing on. Sky is the limit, you got it, you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want, have what you want, be what you want. I was ashamed, my crew was lame. I had enough heart for most of them, long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box color make the world go round. Plus I'm ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in packing. Nickname Medina, make the scenes took my Nina. From gym class to in class, passed off and global. The only with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger and wasting taste. Ain't no telling where the spelling is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. 88 on gates, snatch initial nameplates. Smoking real life, beginning killers. Praying God forgive us for being sinners. I'm possessed.
He's on fire!
2, check 1, check 2. I didn't lie. We're gonna start right now. Give it up for the DJ though, because the DJ holding it down. Let me rewind real quick. Dang, thank you. That's amazing. How y'all doing? Welcome to Mic Drop. And we hope that you get what you need from these moments that we're gonna share with y'all. So, I got a poem. I stay feeding my demons each time I conquer a conquest, causing internal confusion, the body, the brain, the heart, doing battle simultaneously. 9 out of 10 times, we stay friends because we share the same sins. I stayed outside, yet inside, I'm still stuck inside of my zone. Summertime is on my mind to make this rhyme because I play with words, and this is what it is. If you think I'm slow, just follow behind. I heard you laughing, yo. If you think that I'm slow, just follow behind and do some research. You'll soon see it'll be all good because it's international to the highest power and the 3rd degree. Poem. Okay, so you guys are making this thing happen, so we appreciate you for being here. And I can't say this enough because my DJ is the motherfucking best.
Yeah.
Coming to the stage in the #1 spot. Give it up for Ty, please. Let's go, Ty.
It's the little things. Short poems by Ty. For Monday Poetry Club, who all ditched before this started, except Peggy. Here. Oh, you are there? Okay. Good.
Me too.
The parent of my dog's best friend talks too much when I'm busy being absorbed by the ball. It's a good thing one of us pays attention because it could get a little rough out here with all those humans. Princess. Kitty, kitty, kitty cat high up on the counter sat, licking pretty dainty paws that never ever touched a rat. Something's going on out there. A catastrophe of chickens clamors in the yard, followed by a poop of pigeons strutting down the boulevard. The trees are filled with the cawing of a cacophony of crows, and there's a hellion of herons by the river eating toads. Now, normally I love all birds across the world far and wide, but there's something going on out there, so today I'll stay inside. Foxtail, if you have a dog, you're gonna know this one. Foxtail, foxtail, up your nose, in your ears, between your toes. You swallowed one? Oh, pain, dismay. The vet is getting rich today. The Queen of Misrule. The Queen of Misrule scatters the crowd, a mischiever extraordinaire. She takes her throne a hole in the ground, loudly putting on airs. And where are you going, my fine lord and lady? She exclaims to a fatuous pair. They put up their noses and walk right away like they don't even know that she's there. When I am 11, I learn to grapple with the ocean, to hold my breath as I'm rough and tumbled over the gritty sand in a spectacular wipeout. When I am 11, I learn to duck dive so that doesn't happen again. Prince Harry's helicopter knows the score. It's 25 people, not helicopters. No one has ever bothered to ask it to count its own dead. Harry pats its stealth black side. Good job, old man, he thinks. It shines a little brighter with the praise. Even though it's not a horse or a dog, he doesn't expect that of it. He alone seems to understand exactly what it is a helicopter and its soldier are supposed to do. Be the lemon. Lemon pie, lemon cake, limoncello, lemonade, lemon curd, lemon tea, a little bit of alchemy, a pinch of versatility. Like the lemon, we can be a catalyst of acidity. It never stops. Complain, complain, bitch and moan. Every day is pain and woe. Living is a dreary chore. There's not enough to go around, only wanting more. I worry. When people ask me where I get my ideas, I wonder what they do while waiting in line at the bank or doing the dishes for the millionth time. I worry that they worry instead of using their brains properly by taking them out and playing with them. A review of Oppenheimer as the artist. Hiroshima, the holy city, because all art is essentially sacred. The sainted people are painted beautifully on the faces of buildings, their shadows left like impressions of leaves on the sidewalk after a rain. The fantastic use of light, fixing their images forever into the glorious history of this talented man. Boo. I am the beast, destroyer of chairs, shredder of important documents, pooper in inappropriate places. Give me treats, human, and do not dare to deny me, or you will suffer the consequences. And last but not least, Scrub Jay. I am a bird, but I don't sing. I scream, I scream, I scream, I scream. And I will eat most anything. A bug, a seed, a newborn chick, plucked from a nest in a thicket thick. I am a complete and total dick. But I will always catch your eye, an azure flick across the sky that makes you stop and wave. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Thank you. There are a couple of things on the table for free.
When you're speaking of seagulls, no? Okay. Oh.
Fellas, I know some of the most intelligent women in the world is listening right now. And all the realest brothers is like, get light with it. Day party to midnight with it. Ice wet like a fire hydrant hit it. While the girls double dutch, I double my digits. Dice game pop, piece on a lot of my niggas. New York, all sorts of bosses who walk the walk. Look how long the blocks is. Ruthless, close range, they shoot shit. Wall Street, racquetball, oysters, masseuses. Bourgeoisie, the who y'all be. Then it's back to the hood where you knew I'd be. Driver's license in the face card, 2 IDs. Get light off the rose bottle we sip. New shorty in my life, she my lottery pick. And if the economy slips, she gon' ride with the kid. City girl like JT, MIA to the bridge. Get light with it. Get light. Yo, head boy, hold up, bring it back.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Day party to midnight with it.
Man,
Ice wet like a fire hydrant.
give it up for the DJ, please. Please. Woo! This is a lounge. I can just sit back and listen to the music play. Throw the peace sign across the man. But let's give it up for Ty, first and foremost. Thank you, Ty. So, in the number 2 spot, Jesse and I are debating what was written. So, Tish or Tosh? Tish.
Here's Tosh Black Ox.
Let's go, Tish. By gosh, Tish. Who next? You now, actually. You're now.
What?
On the list? Am I tripping? What's going on?
I don't so,
You wanted to perform?
No, I didn't.
Not perform, like share something with us. Your words, a poem, a song.
Somebody put me down on the list.
Yeah, how'd you get on
I
that?
don't know. I guess so. How are you doing?
So here's the microphone.
I noticed. Really, I don't know.
Sing us a song, baby.
Sing us a song. Boston is not really, it is, but it's one that always, I can just sing anywhere, anytime. Like right now. All right. Oh, pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pits. Oh, my hand was made strong by the strength of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy. From none of them are gonna stop other time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Whew. Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill Jabuk. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption song. These songs of freedom, redemption song. Yes. Thank you. Unexpected. There we go. Next. Come on.
Hallelujah.
Here we go.
All pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I
Yes.
from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We
I'm speechless.
forward
I'm
in
speechless.
this generation
Thank you.
triumphantly.
Thank you.
Won't you help
And,
to sing
I'm gonna let this song play. That's what I'm gonna do.
these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear
Okay,
for
let's do it. Let's do it.
atomic
Let's do it.
energy.
Um,
None of them can stop the time.
Coming to the
How
stage.
long shall they kill our prophets?
Give it up for Esther Francis.
While we stand
Esther
aside
Francis.
and look?
The legend. Legendary.
Just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. want you here to sing these songs of freedom, 'cause all I ever.
Woo. Boy, it's great to be here. I haven't shared in front of live people in a long time. And this is called Morning Transmission. Is this good hearing?
we can hear you.
It's plain to see the body's not me. It is superb with its system of nerves. It is sublime, a creature divine. But don't confuse its limited views with the limitless essence within you that's you. Your eyes can see, your ears can hear, your antlers are invisible, not like a deer's. Unlike the turtle, you have no thick shell to protect you if conditions go pell-mell. You're an amazing creature, it's true. Even more amazing is your creative purview. The ability to make, to build, to imagine, such a fine gift. One to get your tail wagging. It's still a mystery how you came to be, living inside your creative chemistry. It seems a miracle we can't explain, but how do you know how this came to that and that came to this? Not so clear, try as you may, regardless of what so-called authorities say. You can understand how your body was built, how your brain thinks, or how you look like you look. Yes, theories abound and replications are copied. But as to the original, who can say they know how to make a heart, bone, or a toe? And just let me know, because I have no sense of time, so just flag me one. Aren't we miraculous? Aren't we a marvel? Stop, reflect on the creature we live as. How can we not be filled with childlike curiosity with our experiences of stillness and velocity? Enough hows and wondering, rambling in words. Time to go back to bed till the sunshine occurs. Thanks for listening and writing this down. Thanks for smiles when you could choose frowns. Thanks for your love of this life and its gifts. Thanks for being a sacred sister, daughter, and friend, a beloved being to whom we send our love and our blessings for you to thrive. Be sweet like the honey bees make in their hives. You're wondering who sends you this message. You've called us fairies, elves, and Trixie the Pixie. Great ways to bridge past the cops on the beat. Want to tell you you're nothing more than your hands and your feet. You are the eternal, gnosis divine. These words, the snowflakes that created design. A communication from the great you, that H-U-E, men. You call the rainbow in you. The fusion of invisible being coming alive in the light you are seeing. Your water, you're vaster than the blue of the blue, blue sky, wondrous as water that waves as the sea, deeper than deep and higher than high. You are the is, you are the why. You are great mystery, you are divine love. You are the wings and peace of the dove. You are the part of you, inviting you to right. You're beyond all concepts of wrong and right. Your answer unanswered, even with these replies. You are the earth, you are the sky. You're what you are seeing, you are what hides. You are receiving these clues to the puzzle, having the courage to live without muzzle. You are the horse that flies with wings. You are Pegasus. You are a dream. You are a dreamer. Dream your dream awake. Now is the time. It's never too late. How am I doing? Okay. I gotta keep okay. Enough is enough. Your hand will get tired if we don't stop. So glad you're inspired. So keep on keeping on, as the Grateful Dead know. The physical life is not the whole show. Yet it is wondrous, a circus of light created for and from your pure delight. Divine play it is, no thing, it is the matter. Like Alice discovered, you are the Mad Hatter. Intoxicated by what glues us together, be it gills, flesh, or wings made of feathers. You, dear one, are the one in the wonder, here to love, no need to plunder. When thunder and lightning of love strike your heart, from heaven on earth you don't have to depart, to go somewhere else, when here is your mana, heaven on earth is yours if you wanna. Joy and gratitude in your heart keep the fire of blessedness alive in each spark. Your attitude determines your altitude. Fly to the peaks. From there you can see the beauty, the key, the beauty you are, the beauty you be, the beauty within all that you see. Love is the miracle, the radiant star, glowing as you, divine as you are. You are the rainbow of love as it curves in the sky, or shines in the dewdrop, or in a beloved's eye. Enough is enough, yet sometimes we splurge. We love riding the waterfall to feel the heartbeat while still on earth, feeling your feet. I think that's the
Bravo.
Hey, bravo.
Give it up for the DJ. Give it up for the DJ, Jesse Marie. Give it up for our tech crew, BC. Give it up for yourselves for being here. Wait, give it up for Suzanne over here at the table. And I gotta do a phone. Give it up for Jessie. Turn me on, Jessie. She said, go ahead and be great. Right? It's amazing. Thank you for the mantra. Poem. If you understand the nature of the world, you will soon find out kindness is the first casualty of any and all acts of war. You must accept this fact if you ever want to become a king or ruler in these badlands. This is the first contract that you will sign, even without giving your signature. No ruler can ever rule without first imposing fear. And you absolutely didn't hear that here first. They've shown us the playbook time and time and time again as it continues to play on repeat inside the psyche of our minds and right in front of our open eyes. Poem. Give it up for Esther again, and we're gonna keep going.
Yo, speed. I'll jump up. Yo, speed. Can I jump up? I forgot to put my name on the list, so. Yes.
Oh I'll just introduce you. Give it up for BC, please. Give it up for BC. Thank you, BC. Yeah, Tech.
Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm BC. I do poetry. I'm gonna try something new today.
BC puts this whole sound system together. Y'all give it up for BC.
So I'm just gonna do one of my regular poems, and then Jesse's got a track, and I'm gonna try putting one to music.
I do.
Did you get the text message?
I did.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm doing one right now, so you got a minute. In 15 seconds, I think. So, we've already weaponized it. So how do we recognize this feeling that we've all had that the world has gone mad? Yeah, world gone mad, ruled over by the big, the ugly, and the bad, with all our sad faces wrapped up in rat races and pointless paper chases as they grace us with crumbs. Thinking we're dumb, calling us bums, but the sun shines for free. Just like you and me, real light doesn't charge a fee, though it's hard to see through all the fake noise. Enlightenment sold as toys to privileged girls and boys, and we're too distracted to notice there's no progress in this mindless progression. It's nothing less than class oppression. The colonizers' past is their weapon. They wrote this story, they picked this path and this heading. And it's literally insane. Anyone with half a brain sees at least half the same. Trying to build a staircase to heaven off the backs of our brown brethren, knocking at the door but won't ever be let in because a sick society ain't ever getting in. We're forgetting culturally this lesson of reciprocity. It's present in every seed, mountain, animal, and tree. But the world's gone so crazy, and the evidence ain't hidden, it's right on the TV. A gaslight plain to see, blame it all on the poor, the sick, and the lazy. An insanity so pure, the virus thinks it's the cure. A disease-addled addict asking for just one more. But we've recognized the score. And now that we've recognized it, how do we weaponize this? Feeling that we all had, that the world has gone bad. And yeah, it's gotten so bad that for every forest killed, some asshole somewhere is glad. Cut, chopped, and milled. From halved to had. Then halved and halved and halved again till there ain't nothing left from where we began. And as a community, we all, or as individuals, we all understand, but as a collective, we just keep following the plan. It's a scam artist directive, and you don't need to be a detective to see that it's criminal. The way we're spreading psychosis through the subliminal, liminal social pages and thought spaces, they scare, arouse, and amaze us. But the whole thing is, what do the kids say? Sus. A thin veneer of dust covering that this governing doesn't deserve our trust. It's as crazy as crashing a bus just to get some more stuff. Giving into greed when you're holding enough. Seeing those in need and telling them tough. We're on the psychotic cusp because we lost all our trust in the sanity and the reality of the us. The first world is a bust. So can we just take a second while this thing is ending? Because the whole damn world needs a mental health day. We're just a bunch of traumatized kids that never got to play. But we're starting to recognize why we are this way. And now that we've recognized it, now what? Thank you. I'm trying the new, so that's how I do it without music, but I also always kind of write to music in my head. So this one's actually fully metered. I have the first part memorized, and then I'm going to start reading it because I just wrote the last half. So whenever you're ready. Woke up this morning from a real good dream. First things first, let's check the nightmare machine. Can't fucking miss it, same story every screen, and my little monkey mind gotta figure what it means while I'm scrolling through screens, war, famine, and disease, and every talking head saying that's just how it is, but the pieces they don't fit, cause that just ain't how we live. They pushing AI slop just to keep us gaslit that the power's at the top. But we all know that's some shit. Every wage slave job is basically just polishing some rich guy's knobs. Oh, everything's... All right, I'm not gonna try it without memorizing it, but thank you so much for letting me experiment. I'll have it memorized next time. I got a lot more. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Speed.
Give it up for BC, please.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
BC can rap. Who knew?
Who knew I've been writing them all to music the whole time?
Poetry in motion.
Who knew?
So do you hear that?
Thank you, BC. What's up, Jesse?
You gonna do one of that, DJ? Right now?
One more person?
Okay.
One more again? Come on. Bust some butts. Wow. It's not busting butts. Give it up for Justin coming to the stage right now. And the DJ, Jesse Marie. Can't forget Jesse Marie. Again, give it up to the DJ, Jesse Marie.
Yeah.
Today got some old shit.
Old shit.
This one's called Poetry.
I can't give you no
Just
more
give her
mic.
more
They
more
try-
monitor. It sounds great out here. More monitor.
Poetry. For me, it's as simple as writing down my thoughts. I don't have a great vocabulary, but I've got lots of heart. I don't read well, and I barely can spell, but I got what it takes to give you the shakes. My words are real. What I say is what I feel. It may not be for you, but to some it appeals. A release for me could be just what you need. So listen to what I say. It could change your whole day. Poetry is power, the power to move me, the power to move you. I thank you, spoken word. I've now found my nerve. This one's called Simple Life. Simple Life, Ozark Town, making music, come on down. You bring the jug, I've got the nugs. The mood is right, gonna jam all night. Simple means, simple dreams, simple toys, simple things. Simple life, got no strife. Got my days, got my nights. I'll get my boys, you bring your wife. It's family time, we're gonna jam all night. Got no worries, I love my life. I've got my music, I've got no plight. Simple life, Ozark Town. Feel the rhythm, hear the sound. I'm so glad you all came round, moonlight jamming in this Ozark town. Stay away, don't curse my life. Don't need your poison, don't need your strife. Don't need a roadmap to a broken life. Leave the bullshit, say goodbye. Walked away from big city life. Too much pain for my light. Too much greed for material things. Don't need your rat race or your stress. Big city living is such a mess. Everything I have, I give for free. Simple living is the way for me. Simple life, Ozark Town. Leave your worries, sit on down. I'm so glad you all came round. Life is good in this Ozark Town. What's it all about? Snow in the winter, lightning in the fall, police causing panic. What's the reason for it all?
We're born and we die. What's the reason? I want to know why. Is our life just a game that only God can play? Or is there so much more? These questions I explore. There's got to be a reason we come and we go. What's our function? I want to know. I am human. What does that mean? I'm fleshy, but a descendant of a king? I don't know, but to find out, I must go. I hope it's true. We reap what we sow. A full circle. I dragged myself in here, not wanting to quit dope. My spirit was broken. I lost all hope. I owed it to a lot because I was a selfish SOB. I lost the person that was me. I was in so deep, addicted to crack. My girlfriend told me it was time to pack. I was facing a bid, playing just like a kid. It was hard to own all the terrible things I did. I went through intake just like the rest. I got lots of food and plenty of rest. Clinicians educated my brain, gave me the tools, and I got past my shame. I put in the work, and you must too. SCRR, I thank God for you. I wasn't going to read this one, but after Tish's song, this is a reggae song I wrote, but I don't know if I can perform it, but I'll share it with you. It's called Blood of Fire. Blood of fire, relief of desire, higher than the sun, one with one, Jah Rastafari, like father and son, heart's desire. On a round tree, a lion waits for me, Jah Rastafari, Jah keeps. Em no wanna leave this place, em no wanna leave disgraced, em wanna be free with Jah Rastafari. Dem capture me ancestry, brand me body, but dem no brand me eye and eye soul, like blood of fire. The beating of my heart, and blood rushed through my veins, the blood of fire. One heart's true desire, Jah music leads the choir, Jah Rastafari. Am so high, and no teardrop from my eye. Before I and I write the song, I and I hit the bong, holding in them smoke, holding in them almost choke. Irie as can be, knowing the lion waits for me, the blood of fire, the blood of fire.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Judge.
Give it up for Justin, a true B-boy. Give it up for the DJ. I can't say it enough. Coming to the stage, Ganja be the truth. Ganja be the truth.
The scenery is interrupted by the banner on the plane saying, have you gotten what's yours yet? Guess it's time to raise dopamine levels. Lazy feet ready to push on the pedal. Hands upon the wheel instead. Burning rubber to discover any new frontier. Loudness in the fun. Good times flashed over everyone. The noise have a scent. Smells of rebellion is what the casting of the spells end. When nobody be looking.
Well, and excuse me, I'm having some health challenges, so I came because somebody invited me, and then they didn't show up. I had invited people, I had to show up. Nobody showed up but me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
I
really.
almost went home, but my name
We're here for you.
Yeah.
Showed up for you.
That's right.
This is called Love so cold. So I'm having some health challenges, so you gotta bear with me. This is as loud as I can get. It's called Love So Cold. Somewhere on earth right now is darkness. Somewhere the sun is yet to rise as the earth spins on its axis. Is it you? Is it me? Yearning for your warmth and light? Who is the sky? How and why? The earth exists in my eyes? Or do I just exist on this earth? Imagination in a name. A source of energy brought to me to this realm of existence. Cosmic ingenuity, divine love. Amongst light in this unity, X meets Y chromosomes. Two bodies taking space. Amongst faith and 9 months later, once the seed meets egg, and here I come. As light has a shadow and every cause that affects, so was meeting you. Could it be destiny, fate, or coincidence? Could I have been yours before we met? Your face, smile, beauty, personality, something of a blessing in God conscience, sending me to a bliss. Joy is forevermore as the abyss is solitude in this state. Thanks to the heavens, man should not be alone like I am in this. So lover, where do you exist? When we meet and it's eloquent, so as light flowing through a mist, as misdirections, imperfections, interjections of aspirations and psychological connections, I know love is alive in me. As Freon so cold that its ice burns and melts away the cancer of my loneliness through the skin to my heart, piercing internally is grace and fondness of a dove's coo. If the streets were hell or a prison gripping my mind, my soul, my spirit, my heart forever bound, so I could not believe you, the Eve to my Adam after sin, your love has freed me. As above and on earth may heaven unconditionally be, carrying me, strong amongst the currents of the winds like an ocean breeze, arising as the sun on a sandy beach. Lightning versus thunder, or angels versus demons, as human spawn and the co-consciousness from the form signals sent from aliens known as spirits. Could the deserts, plains, as well as mountains ward off the jungles at the crust, meeting the sea? Baby, all the things remind me you love me. The time we spend separated is the time that has yet to manifest you and bring you to me, closer in my mind, waiting and wallowing in the hands of time for one day us to be. Connecting closer to you in my imagination chases reality. Ironic is the difference we share, one and the same, as I live for our love to take me to eternity. On fire I wait in the hopes of your love, trapped by the purgatory of hell's ice. I burn for your love to come alive. I'm sorry that I have to run, but I do have to run. So I'll try to come back when I feel better. Thank you, guys.
I'm gonna have to to dip out too. You good, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yo, the style is free, but not the energy. Appreciate you, family. God, you be the truth. It's on you, Jesse Marie. Yeah.
Okay, so we are gonna move into our first feature, but I was smart and printed out a bio, so I'm gonna read it. I feel proud of myself. I sometimes am a collected person. It's not always possible, but you know, today I tried to be organized. It came together. Let's see, our first feature, I have to say, I met not too long ago, and I have had nothing but a pleasure of sweet moments, and this person is Elbina, and I've heard her poetry over the last several months, and I have been really blessed, and I'm really excited to hear more of this person's work tonight. She's a Filipina Igorota immigrant from the Philippines 60 years ago. She finds inspiration for writing and photography from her cultural heritage. Victims of social injustice seeking a voice, spirituality, and experiences in the natural environment. Her writing and photography are published in Our Own Voice, Filipinas Transitions Abroad, Journal X, Flash Fiction, Porter Gulch Review, and Doves Born from Flames. Her first collection of poetry, Keepers of the Malakong Rice Terraces, was published in 2024 by Jamie Publishing. She self-published and co-edited Portable Peace Poetry from Iraq to Palestine in 2024, and she has a website. But I would love you all to please clap and welcome her all the way to the stage. Elbina, I want to say thank you so much for joining us and putting your voice in this room. You are deeply loved. I hope you enjoy the space.
I enjoyed it immediately as soon as I came in here. Thanks, right? Thanks.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Can you hear me?
If I'm not the tech crew.
Hey. While you're doing that, let me take a photo.
Yeah. Take it as like a selfie with you in it.
Oh, sure. Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, everybody lean in. Is this what all the rock stars do now?
Yeah, right. Just don't fall off the stage.
Yeah.
Next move.
There you go. With the tech crew, oh, so much respect.
Oh, okay, the tech group.
No, you got it. You got the DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you good.
I'm never in the photos. That's like an iconic moment.
Yeah.
Check it out on Facebook. That's where it's going. Thank you so much. It's so nice to be here. I've been wanting to
Go
come
ahead.
here.
Bring the mic right up to your mouth. Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Does it work? Is it working?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I've been wanting to come here for many months because my good friend Jason is, this is where he hangs out quite a bit, and also Jesse. So the only way for me to get here is I'm actually having to read. So I'm gonna kind of turn it up. I'm gonna turn it around a little bit. I'm gonna read a prose since this is Queer Month, and we're ending it with Queer Month. And I have a short essay, well, about 500-word essay that I'd like to read about an AIDS patient that I took care of in the 1980s. And he was the first dying patient that I ever took care of. And then I'll go into poetry. So I'll try to read it like a poem, but it's actually prose. And I felt that it was appropriate that I read this because he's been on my mind a lot, even though I really didn't know him It's called Dying Encounter, circa 1985. He was lying on his side, facing the opposite wall, and did not turn as most patients do when nurses enter the room for the morning vitals check. Hello, I'm here to take your blood pressure and pulse. Did you sleep well last night? Without saying a word, his eyes averted, he turned on his back. His chart showed that he was 38, but his face appeared older. His arm was thin, almost skeletal, and he had battled once since being admitted a week earlier. There was a lingering smell of pungent urine, so I emptied his urinal. He continued to avoid eye contact. His room was void of his belongings, only the bed, a bedside table with a phone, and a standard mustard yellow plastic water container next to the matching cup. There were no signs of any past visitors, no gifts, no flowers on the bedstand or windowsill. The only chair was pushed back in the corner at the furthest distance from his bed. There was not the usual patient-nurse conversation about the night's sleep. He didn't ask for help to the bathroom, and his breakfast tray was untouched. He laid out his arm so I could take his blood pressure. His eyes still averted, cheeks sunken and expressionless. His pulse was thready, barely felt, his hips and backbone protruding through his skin. Are you in pain? No answer. Is there anything I can do for you? Again, he did not answer and turned away, signaling the end of my attempts to engage with him. Unsure what to say or how to proceed, I left the room. I removed my mask, gowns, and gloves. Through the window that looked into his room from the hallway, I saw his body turned away from the world. His patient gown was open at the back as he pulled up his knees, exposing the thin layer of skin covering his spine. His arms folded around his chest as if creating a protective shell from the eyes of the world that feared whatever deadly virus he was carrying. Precautions at the hospital required double gloves, a double mask, and a double gown. All he could see, if he chose to look at me or anyone else, was our eyes. Did he see judgment in our eyes, or pity, or is that why he avoided eye contact? Was he afraid that my gaze would be unforgiving? Was there something in my eyes that fueled his shame? Was shame even possible in the mind of someone who was dying? I had 6 patients during the day shift with tasks that include all medications as well as intravenous and personal care, inexperience in how to work with my patient, and everyone had said had the gay disease. All I could do was to stay task-oriented. He had no visitors during my shift and did not eat any of his meals. Each time I checked on him, he was turned away in a fetal position, refusing all care. I thought of him on my drive home, unlike most of my other patients, eager to engage, hungry for conversation, seeking attention and comfort. To stave off the anxiety of being hospitalized, he cut himself off physically and emotionally from anyone who entered his room. Later that day, I walked back into that same room and was surprised to see another patient there. An older man with silver gray hair who looked up and smiled as if welcoming to have another nurse visitor. I quickly said hello and mumbled that I was looking for another patient. My unknown patient had passed. The nurses told me he had died alone because of the isolation protocols. He was left alone until his body was taken to the morgue. I paused for a moment, looked at my hands, turned away from the hallway, and stood outside the room where he had laid alone for days, waiting for death to claim him. I didn't hear the hospital floor's continued bustle of daily tasks around me, the confused patient across the hall crying for help, the phone ringing at the nurse's station, or the closing of the cart drawers as nurses dispensed drugs. I could not shake the image of him dying alone in a hospital bed, in a cold room without friends or family. Circa 1985, 10 years later, I have told the story of my unknown patient to a few of my gay friends. They lived through the AIDS scare of the 80s and through it all developed a community of strength and resilience. One of my closest back then was Tony, a Portuguese gay man. When he was diagnosed with HIV, he moved back to his sister's home in the Central Valley in California, where he could receive full-time care. A few moments before he became very sick, I remember driving through pastoral hills that turn green in the spring, dotted with grazing cows on my way to his sister's ranch. I met the cow that his extended family raised for butchering. The cow provided enough beef for Tony's large family for a year. It seemed odd to me at the time that he would introduce me to the cow, which was going to be his family's source of protein. But thinking back on it now, they treated these cows they raised for butchering with a type of reverence. They were thankful for their sacrifice. The images from that visit still remain with me too, whenever I find myself driving through Tony's part of the world again. I feel better now. I always felt bad for him. He was he's the only patient that I ever think about since that I worked in the hospital or even in home care. So I'm going to read 3 more poems. This one is called Igorot Heart. I'm an Igorota from the Philippines, and that's villages north of the Philippines in the Cordillera Mountains. And people of color, gay populations, we suffered our discrimination too. But we always go home to that place in the heart. It's called Igorot Heart. My father and mother watching a VHS recording when they once danced the rhythmic beat of the gongs. The courtship dance, the Bontoc war dance, the Igorot victory dance, the eagle dance. The men wearing G-string, the men wearing G-string, women with tapis made of red, black, orange stripe, hand-woven from the Easter school. What do they think of as they stare at the screen? Does my father, Michael, reminisce the days when he was a boy with his carabao, resting with satisfaction after plowing the rice fields, now feasting on rice and sweet potato, eager to hike to the mountaintop before the sun goes down, through the trails lined with pine trees and the warblers, songs for company? Does my mother, Tessie, remember walking miles to visit aunties and cousins who lived in other villages where the women slept in one hut on the bamboo floor, and it didn't matter because she stayed up nights with cousins talking and laughing until it was almost daylight, and she never seemed tired? Are they both wistful for the village despite the dirt roads they maneuvered with bare feet, the dirt roads that led to rice terraces an hour's walk away, the deep, bright green terraces where they harvested rice in late summer, dried and pounded the stalks to release the grain shared among the community? Do they miss their townfolk where the heart is bound by culture, rituals, language, and most of all, trust, because they came from the same heart of the village? Do they regret having sacrificed his bond for the better life where everyone is separated by paved roads and highways? What was lost and what was gained? Perhaps what has never been lost is the heart of the Igorot. The heart that remembers, the heart that is inherited, the heart that calls to the grandchildren who have never visited the villages. Yet the grandchildren can hear a silent call that longs for them, like a whisper, something they hear but do not know. Will they seek to discover the source of the call from the heart of the Igorot that hovers over us all? So, thanks so much. So this one is about Salinas, where my family finally settled after traveling the world. My dad was in the Army, so we settled here when I was 12, and I kind of call it my home. It's still my home. I still live there part-time. So this is called Lettuce Fields Then and Now. Back then, there was a lettuce field across the street from my family home that if you looked far into the horizon, the edge of the field stopped at the foot of the Sierra de Salinas Mountains. Back then, I rode my bike along the lettuce fields on the empty Natividad Road to the mountain of oaks, willows, and sagebrush under the midday heat during a dry summer day. So I had to stop and wipe perspiration off my forehead because I forgot my hat. Now the lettuce crops are closer to the foot of the mountains. The view from our windows is now blocked by track homes, lawns, and endless cars parked on paved streets where lettuce fields once inhabited, obscuring yesterday's silence. Now the neighborhood obscures a direct path to the mountains, so instead, I load my bike into my car and drive to the farthest end of Natividad Road, where at the bottom of the Sierra de Salinas hills, fewer cars travel, where there are fields along the way where I can pedal along an empty roadway where the same sun's heated rays on my forehead, and I must wipe my brow because I forgot to wear my hat, just like back then. Thank you. So this is the last one. This is called Voices of the Pogonip. If you've ever hiked up the Pogonip, you will probably recognize some of the images. Voices of the Pogonip. Just 20 minutes after turning right on the spring trail towards the narrow path, as voices of other hikers drift away, absorbed by fog. I am alone again. I hear nagging voices that disturb the air, leaves rustle suddenly, insistent voices that refuse to subside, and sometimes the calming voices, yet voices of persistent memories. With each step after step, the trail with wild fern interspersed with poison ivy, like the voices that I avoid, reaching as if to touch me, while above redwood treetops create an atrium, allowing slivers of light pass through to touch the majestic oak next to the sycamore, still standing centuries before. Melodic voices, bird twitters of sparrow, vireo, and wren that flutter, singing as if their job was to lift any burdened heart that comes their way within the shelter of the old redwoods. The air is also laden with voices of the Amamutsan ancestors who once walked on the same ground I now carefully stride, whose voices ask, be careful of our land, take care of our children and their offspring. We will, I answer silently next to a creek, a new voice to the silence, a voice of flowing water that drowns out all other voices, invites a pause amid the old redwoods, their living stream companion as time moves forward, but not before each moment, captured in the light that bounces off surface rocks that hold steady for the voices of the Pogonip, remain ready to welcome others who come after me.
Thank you.
Speed says, say something.
Say something.
He says, say something. I'm gonna read a poem, I think. I'm gonna read y'all a poem. I want you all to give it up for Elbina. Come on now. I feel so special because I feel like Santa Cruz's greatest cougars are in this room right now. I feel so honored and special. I do. I'm giving you all props for hanging out with me tonight. And I was just telling Speed that Tish has a permanent spot on the mic list. So if you ever come in this building again, you're gonna have to sing for us.
I guess so.
Forever, for life.
My honor. Thank you.
I feel permanently like redeemed by Redemption Song. I was like, yo, when I rock a certain age, I am going to pull up like Tish. I feel like so blessed by that. To call back like a couple moments ago. I'm going to read a poem that I wrote just the other day. I can't stand up because I have to use my laptop to DJ, so I have to sit down for y'all, but I apologize for sitting down to read this poem. My apologies. I guess we're gonna call this new shit. I feel like we're cussing in front of all these elders and it feels a little, a little shameful. But excuse my language.
Right ahead.
I'm trying to be decent, but I'm also just me. I'm just Jesse. I can't help myself. So I'm gonna just be transparent. I'm still just roughing it in the couch with y'all, and y'all in my living room, and I'm so grateful you're here. This is called Seance in the Redwoods. Welcome to my intimate poems. Yesterday, I watched her hold a seance with the trees. Not a metaphor, almost. Not nearly, I mean, the forest recognized her and began to speak. She stepped into the redwoods with that gentle way she has, as if entering a sanctuary where even silence deserved not to be startled. And the trees, those tall old mediums with their bark-full mouths and cathedral posture, leaned in. Not visibly, not enough for the faithless, but I saw it. I was there with my camera hanging from my hand like a second heart, trying to behave like a witness and not a worshiper, but how could I not worship? She stood among them and the light changed allegiance. It stopped being weather, it became invitation. Gold moved through branches like spirit through a body, slow, intentional, reverent. And she, God, she did not merely stand in it, she received it. Like someone fluent in the language of hush. Like someone who knew the dead are not always dead, that some things remain living in root systems, in moss, in the trembling green breath between trunks older than memory. She tilted her face toward the falling light, and it felt less like sunlight than a calling up, as if the trees were summoning radiance just to lay it across her skin. As if they had gathered there for this exact ritual, to remind the world what tenderness looks like when it has a body. See, I lifted my camera with the care of someone handling evidence, but every single frame felt way too small. Every aperture confessed its limits. How was I supposed to photograph a communion? How was I supposed to capture the exact moment my lover became a meeting place between earth and heaven? There she was, soft-mouthed, luminous, listening with her whole body. And the trees spoke back in shadow and gold, in leaf flicker, in branch sway, in the old hush of beings who have witnessed 1,000 years of grief and still choose to reach upward. I watched her, and it felt like witnessing the veil thin, not between life and death, between presence and belonging, between a woman and the living world that knew exactly how to take her in. See, she didn't conquer the forest, she let it enter her. She didn't ask the light to perform, she let it arrive as itself. And I guess that's what undid me, that gentleness, that holy lack of force, the way she made even sunlight seem safe enough to come closer. And I, her lover standing just outside the spell, camera shaking slightly with the weight of my feelings, I fell more deeply in love there in that green seance than language can properly hold. Because it was not only her beauty, it was her way. The way she enmeshed with what was around her until there was no evidence in the scene. Nothing was taken, only exchange. Only devotion, only this quiet, impossible thing where the trees seemed to murmur, yes, her, yes, this one. Yes, let the light pass through, and believe me, it did. It passed through her and through the lens and straight into the gut of me. So if this photograph comes back looking haunted, just go ahead and forgive me. I was trying to document a seance. And I was trying to catch the conversation between my beloved and the ancient ones, and I guess I was trying to prove that for one sacred afternoon, the redwoods called her closer. The light laid hands on her, and I just stood there, heart open, shudder trembling, watching the woman I loved become something more than visible. She became the answer the forest had been holding, and I was just lucky enough to witness it. And now, I'm left with proof that only my body can fully develop. Poem. I'm gonna read you one more and then I'm gonna hand it over to the next person on the mic list. Let me see what I got for you. I think I need to read something queer. because it's Gay Pride Month. The garden doesn't need your permission. I went to Starbucks minding my own fucking business, which apparently is provocative now. Existing too loud, walking too short, taking up space like I had a right to arrive before fear did, and yup, this white man decided I didn't have the right to enter before him. Decided my confidence needed correction, decided my body was a pulpit he could spit on, so he gave me a sermon about Jesus, about hell, about where people like me go when men like him mistake hatred for holiness, and then he spit on my windshield, as if disgust could baptize me back into silence. But all I saw was American rot. All I saw was the ingrown disgust this country keeps calling faith, because I'm not the error in the room. The anomaly is a man who claims he hears God, claims he is made in God's image, then uses anger, bigotry, and fear to tell me the only right I have is death. And baby, I honestly have an admission. I was a pastor. I know the language, and I know what evangelical Christians said they wanted most, and it's a resurrection life, but here I am, queer as fuck and resurrected, so I hate to break it to y'all, but here I am alive after every death loop they tried to plant in me, and here I am growing fruit from soil they swore was cursed, and still I'm not enough for their garden. Honestly, thank God. Thank God, because I was never trying to bloom inside their fence. This garden grows anyway, queer, sacred, defiant, untrimmed. We cultivate everything here. The rage, the wound, the glitter, the gospel, the spit on the windshield, the handshaking but still opening the door. We take the moment they tried to make us afraid and turn it into a witness. Turn it into warning, turn it into wildflowers cracking concrete. So check on every one of your queer family lately. Check on them. Check on your strong friends. Text them. Maybe consider walking them home. Tell them their life is not a debate, because hate is out here in these streets a little bit more than normal, wearing church clothes again. But so are we. So are we, wearing resurrection like skin. And if they ask why we keep growing, I got a couple things to tell them. Because God was never as small as their fear, because hell is not where queer people go. Hell is what happens when love rots inside a man, and he calls the smell holy. But us, we're the harvest. We're the proof. We're the garden they could not kill. And we need you all now, not later. Now, so I think we all should pull up, watch our people, protect the bloom, because the garden grows. The garden actually always grows. We always grow. And queer life is still absolutely the fruit. Pump. That's what I got for y'all. I love you. Happy Pride Month. Let me find a song to play to transition us into something.
We're family.
How's that for a little bit of something?
That's good, that's good.
Helps if I turn the mute off. Yo, there's a little bit of bass into it. All right, grown man speed, here's your old mic back.
Should have been for the time spent rolling, calling.
6 Black. There's a list.
This life could be amazing.
And there's a poet holding the phone.
break down the mess until the pile is gone. Love when I get to have you all alone. Watch how you talking, girl, you can't complain.
Poem.
No custom and I can't wait to stay.
Bleed, love, and poem. Glory be to the love that I feel each and every time ink spills. Blessed are the moments as my pen bleeds profusely upon a blank page waiting. Moments being numbered, a blank page in direct need of nourishment and substance. So allow your pen to bleed, leaving behind traces of your most precious DNA, your thought process, traces of your happier times. You can leave your sadness there too, because sadness can be beautiful and nothing is wrong with a little grief. So just press your pen to the paper, leaving behind traces of you. Then stand up and recite it as I sit down, because the world deserves the words that you left here. They are very meaningful and important. Poem. Moving on into the list. Coming to the stage. Give it up for Peggy Simmons, please. Give it up for Peggy Simmons, the leader of our workshop, the last Sunday of every month. It was bussin' today. Yeah, props to everyone who made the writing workshop and made it what it was today. Here's Peggy.
Thank you all. There we go, I think. How's that? Good. Yeah, thanks to everybody who came to the writing workshop today. It's at 4:15 before mic drop every month. And today I made sure to prepare for the workshop and forgot to prepare to read. So I'm just going to read you a couple of things I've written recently and haven't looked at very much. In fact, I think I don't even know how to pronounce all the words in this poem. But here you go. I think I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm so grateful for this space and for all of you and for all your words. But big thanks to everybody who makes this happen every month. This first poem's called Tunnelers. The sidewalk, the last of the year's wisteria, mint through the woodbed cracks. My third spring, heavier, not more rooted. My own bed, wild, blue stock sage leaning over gopher holes, red penstemon escaping, the coreopsis destroyed within the tunnels. So when you say rooted, who are the tunnelers? All this life, this growing, this destructive movement for one's own survival, own destination. And then Penny, still scared, still under the bed. What curiosity will tease her out? That one I wrote at the poetry club that Ty mentioned, but Ty didn't mention that everybody is welcome to Poetry Club. It's at the downtown library at 4 o'clock every Monday. Every Monday that the library is open, we meet at 4 o'clock. We talk about poems, we write our own poems, crazy mix of people, always new people, always regulars. It's run by the Santa Cruz Poetry Project that also does poetry classes in the county jails. So props to them. And I hope to see you tomorrow at 4 there at the downtown library, 4 o'clock, Mondays, every Monday. Okay. I had to say it twice because Ty didn't say it at all.
That's what I get for interrupting.
Yes. And she interrupted my workshop. This is called Future Hometown. Only now realizing the theme in these two poems. Future Hometown. In my future hometown, Tonton Teo, every Wednesday, 1 hour before the sunset, walks 10 minutes north out of town with his navy blue army blanket, a bottle of local orange wine, his banjo, and his mahogany walking cane. He descends to Spiral Beach in the path that starts behind the juniper bush. Generally, he ends up alone in the little cove, unless someone, like me, comes to be with him. Tonton Teo is a bad banjo player, though he gets better as the bottle empties. I don't come for his music. I come for the smile that tilts a little leftwards, showing the tooth hole he whistles through. I come for Tonton Teo's pointy elbows, his crossed ankles, the way his body is fully his own. Thank you.
Oh man, we having too much fun up here. So, give it up for Peggy, please. Give it up for yourselves for being here with us, enjoying these moments, because, yeah. And coming to the stage in the number 7 spot. Give it up for Clitora Cummings, please. Clitora Cummings. Yeah. Yeah.
This is Radio KLIT. Is everybody listening?
Yes.
The microphone's attacking me. This is dedicated to Ekua and to our wonderful Saint Gregory.
Saint Gregory.
Saint. This was went to a wonderful concert of wild women of the 60s, doing all the wonderful righteous 60s songs. And I went to the library to get the Nina Simone lyrics. If any of you have heard this, and she was inspired by Langston Hughes, one of his speeches. Mr. Backlash, Mr. Backlash, just who do you think I am? You raise my taxes, freeze my wages, and send my son to Vietnam. You give me second-class houses and second-class schools. Do you think that all colored folks are just second-class fools? Oh, Mr. Backlash, I'm gonna leave you with the backlash blues. When I try to find a job to earn a little cash, all you got to offer is your mean old white backlash. But the world is big, big and bright and round, and it's full of folks like me who are black, yellow, beige, and brown. I have to say I'm proud to have about 10% Massachusetts Indian, Massachusetts Native American. But the world is big and bright and round. Mr. Backlash, I'm gonna leave you with the Backlash Blues. Mr. Backlash, Mr. Backlash. Just what do you think I gotta lose? I'm gonna leave you with the Backlash Blues. You're the one who will have the blues, not me. Just wait and see. And I think that was when President LBJ, Lyndon Johnson, was in. Because Nina took off. She said, I'm not going to pay any goddamn taxes, and she went to Switzerland to live and perform there. Inspired, I was about to go out last night, and I closed my door of my apartment, and I thought, wait a minute. This is cool. There's some words running in my head that I like. Went back inside, and I call it American haiku. Night by night, closing window, small bright cloud, under full moon, blazing light, new blanket, staying grateful, counting seahorses, not sheep. And I'm going to do this as a rap. It was, I saved it from some years back from the magazine Mother Jones. All of you are familiar with it? If you're not, go get it. Imagine if instead of talking about privilege, we talked about struggle and how best to reduce the struggle in people's lives. Whether it comes from structural racism or structural sexism or from some other kind of hardship, such as mental illness or technology-induced unemployment and poverty. If more people focused on uplifting anyone who is struggling rather than denigrating those with built-in privilege, society may become more equal by recognizing what is causing said struggles. Amen. Amen. One more. Sorry for the laryngitis, just yakking and talking and doing this and that, and I don't know. One more. I'll try to do it. Human evolution. Human evolution. Refresh, remind, reuse, reveal, recycle, reclaim, regain, reform, research, reduce, resource, release, resolve, repose, repeal, reciprocate, resist, restore, rethink, reveal. Thank you.
Treat them like they wanna be treated. You should treat them right. Treat them like they wanna be treated. You should treat them right.
Give it up for Katora Cummings, please. Give it up for Katora Cummings.
Yes, yes, for smart mate. I've been around searching for the right one, but it seems like a waste of my time.
I think I'm gonna read a poem. And yeah. Thoughts provoked. She could very easily be the softest place on earth, or a tragedy hidden deeply inside of a masterpiece. Heaven at my fingertips, being juicy as a Georgia peach. So I'm always careful not to take her for granted. The divine feminine in disguise, deep, delicate, and delicious, allowing me to take up space within her general vicinity. And I must admit that she was warm. Fitting myself in between her past and her future, not just holding on or tagging along, but actually taking up space like bricks and mortar within the solitude of a sacred temple. Because when I finally stopped trusting in every flawed human, expecting to see perfection, I learned a very valuable lesson about happiness, life, and love. Kissing her on her Georgia peach, attempting to extract the juice from her bikini bottom, stroking all the keys of her piano while playing her favorite song. She had an excellent and exquisite body of work she was offering. A fine silhouette I'll never forget. I must admit that she was the truth. As she crossed the tip of my tongue, because lies often result in violence. So I voiced to her a simple request. Pour me a cup of your luxurious nectar, being soft and smooth to the touch, while sliding across my fingertips, because tender is the flesh exposed, being slow, soft, and intentional, elaborate, energetic, and exciting. The exchange was clearly epic, the kind that makes her say my name. Summer, because she was hot, and winter, because she was so cold, so I gave her a piece of me freely, the kind of intellect and intimacy that will leave her thinking of me long after the session has ended. But wait, there's more. And so the encore begins, meaning another round, deliberate and intentional, slow, steady and steamy. A strong and sturdy bed supported the weight of our divine masterpiece. We painted one another feverishly as I moved along her soft legs, both of which are now totally elevated. As she walked amongst the clouds, both feet are now pointed skyward, maybe resting upon my shoulders. Now picture me diving head first into an ocean of her wetness. Bare flesh, without any clothes. Fondly, I folded her flower, being totally moved by her beautiful skin. Her lotus flower was the balm. I was engulfed within its flames. She set me on fire while drowning me too, while showering me with her love, her divine aura, and her essence. That's it. That's it. I'm tripping right now.
Really?
I don't take it back though.
You know where he went.
A lot of money faces could waste my time, but you're my dream girl. You make flowers bloom, girl. You make the stars collide. And I don't know what I did to get lucky like this, but it sure feels fine.
I got like halfway within that poem and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go for it because I'm in there now, so I'm going with it. But give it up to the DJ right here. Jesse Marie. Give it up for the next person coming to the stage. Give it up for Mary Jane. Do it, baby.
Quite the intro. Yeah, really. Wow, it is such an honor to be here. Shout out to the Mic Drop crew.
Yes, welcome.
All right, here goes.
Can't hear you.
Dear God, it's me, Mary Jane. When the hour falls and time does what it will inevitably do, turning itself into a sword and cutting the final day from my fragile existence, and I am laid into slumber with wet earth between me and my lover, bury me with my pen. Because I am certain I will have words, and according to the pages so often recited, the destination they promise me means I will not be able to ask those questions directly. So I will need to write a letter, addressed to God, or to whoever speaks for God, or to whoever appointed themselves in charge of the afterlife, or to whoever it may concern. If you're reading this and they were right, and I'm writing to you from somewhere considerably warmer than I would prefer, forgive me if I sound irritable. I hate the heat. My first question, are you real? Because if I'm being honest, I spent most of my life talking to ceilings and being told they were listening. I searched for you in church pews and prayer circles and Sunday school classrooms and strong voices that claimed to know exactly what you wanted, and somehow every single one of them sounded suspiciously like themselves. So before I ask anything else, I need to know, are you more than a scary story about a man in the clouds, sacrificing sons, hating gays, and flooding worlds? Or was I handed a puppet and told it was a king? Because I have questions, like why am I here? When I have only ever sinned sins that should not be sins, but for some reason became sins to you, or to your people, or to the lawmakers, or to my father. Speaking of fathers, how did mine end up beside you? Because when I compare my sins to his, I find mine spoiled by the rod laid upon the flesh of the guilty, but his heart was blackened with them. My sin was loving wrong, his was hurting right, at least according to the people who handed him a Bible and called his right hand justified and his anger righteous. I remember the day my father stood before the church asking for prayers because his daughter was stolen by the sin of homosexuality. His little girl, the one raised in Sunday school, the one who sang in the choir, the one who committed the terrible crime of loving another girl. And the congregation gathered around him, hands on his shoulders, heads bowed, praying not for me, for him, mourning his loss while I stood there still breathing, saying, "Ye who layeth with the same sex is an abomination," or whatever they say. Tell me, were you there for that? Or is that just another room full of people mistaking hatred for holiness? Maybe that was my villain origin story, because now I have a master plan. I'm going to capture the whole world in poem after poem and turn every last person I meet gay. And by gay, I mean happy. Because happiness seems to terrify people who have built entire identities around someone else's shame, and maybe that is my answer. Maybe after everything, after all of the prayers, all of the sermons, all of the Bibles raised against me, my greatest rebellion was never anger, it was joy. It was surviving, it was becoming exactly who they told me I could not be. So if this is my sin, then let it be known I will commit it loudly. I will commit it beautifully. I will commit it in poem after poem after poem. something. I know we aren't exactly on a first name basis, but I tried to conform. God, I swear, I tried. But I never could fit myself back into the closet that was always too small to hold a heart as big as mine. And now I've found her. And suddenly every hate-filled word was irrelevant. All that mattered was my heart meeting hers. Mine was made of moon dust. Hers was made of sunlight, different elements, same creator or same cosmic accident, whichever is true. Anyway, same design. And she makes me smile. She gives me joy, peace, comfort. The kind that negates every hateful word that's ever been spat at me from the pulpit or the podium. And if that is a sin, it is the strangest one I have ever heard of. And I condemn it. I condemn your judgment. I condemn your hatred. I condemn your fear, because fear has never learned how to paint the night sky in a way that mirrors my soul. Fear has never looked at me like I was something worth cherishing. But her, this woman, she has. I know what hate feels like. I know what loneliness feels like. I know what it means to spend years believing that God has abandoned you. What she gives me looks nothing like those things. What she gives me is warmth. And if there is judgment waiting for me, then let it wait. If there are gates that close against me, let them close. If loving her earns me damnation, then write the sentence and I will sign it myself. But hear me. You will not speak cruelty into her name. You will not turn your shame into her burden. You will not disguise hatred as righteousness. Judge me. Condemn me, pray for me, write sermons about me, build your altars to your disappointment. I do not care, but if you reach for her with the intention of causing harm, you will learn something important about love. Love is not always soft. Love sometimes bares its teeth. Sometimes it plants its feet. Sometimes it stands 10 toes down between the person it loves and the entire world and said, you have no power over love. And maybe that is the answer to every question I've ever wanted to ask. Not because I found God, I didn't. Maybe he's there, maybe he isn't. Maybe when I die, I'll discover I've spent my entire life arguing with an empty room. I honestly don't know, but if there is a God, he is not the antagonist, but the love. And if there isn't, love is still the most powerful thing in the universe. Either way, I cannot fight God. I cannot fight the universe, but I can fight the bigot standing at the pulpit or the politician at the podium, and I will. With poem after poem, word after word, starting with this letter addressed to God, or whoever speaks for God, or to whomever it may concern. With all my love, always and always, Mary Jane.
Give it up for Mary Jane, please. Give it up for Mary Jane. Jesse, guess what? We got an audible. Yep, we got an audible. Coming to the stage. Give it up for Suzanne Connolly. Oh shit. Yeah, audible.
Oh shit! Y'all, this is a memorable moment. This is my best friend. Give it up for Suzanne.
Don't try to hide it. Oh, sorry.
Hello, everyone. So I don't usually read.
Ever.
And this is not something that I wrote. This is, I'm going to give you a little history. So 15 months ago, I was diagnosed with leukemia. And so I've been fighting for the last 15 months. And this is a group that I'm involved with on Facebook. And this was written, and it just, like, every word of it just totally hit home. So it says, "Dear Cancer, I never asked for you. You came into my life without warning and turned everything upside down. One day I was planning my future, and the next I was sitting in doctors' offices, hearing words I never thought would be about me. You've taken a lot. You've taken away the feeling of being carefree. You've taken away my energy on days when I needed it most. You've brought pain, fear, uncertainty, and more tears than I ever thought I could cry. There were nights I laid awake wondering what was coming next. There were days I was so exhausted I didn't know how I was going to get through them. There were moments when I was scared beyond words. But here's what I need you to know. You didn't win. You didn't take my heart. You didn't take my determination. You didn't take my ability to find joy in the middle of the hardest days. I've shown up for every appointment, every scan, every treatment, even when I didn't want to. I've kept going when I was exhausted. I've kept fighting when it would have been easier to give up. You have changed me, but not in the way that you expected. You taught me not to take a single day for granted. You taught me how strong I really am. You taught me to appreciate the little things, a good day, a deep breath, a laugh with my son, a sunset, a hug. I don't know what the future holds, none of us do. But I do know this, I am still here. And as long as I'm here, I'm going to keep living my life. I'm going to keep making memories, chasing dreams, loving the people around me, and finding reasons to smile. You may be part of my story, but you're not the whole story. And you're definitely not the end of it.
Suzanne just might be the strongest person we know. I'm just saying. Give it up for Suzanne.
Talk about hippie, man. She came up here barefoot, dog.
Oh, shit.
Give it up for Suzanne again, please. Thank you so much for those words. Coming up next, give it up for Jake Yoder, please. Let's go, Jake.
Check. How's it going? Hey, thanks, Speed. Thanks, Jesse. It's always a pleasure. If anyone was here last month, that was crazy. So I was ordering a coffee and at one of my favorite cafes, and the barista was like, "How are you?" And I was like, "Good." And then I kind of caught myself. You know how we say that as the go-to response. But what if you're not really, you know? So I was like interested in being more authentic. And I was like, well, actually, you know what? I'm okay. And then this young woman behind me, who I'd never met, never seen before, checked in with me, and she was like, Are you okay? Like, are you good? It was really, it was really heartfelt. It was really sweet. And she said, "Why are you only okay?" And I was explaining, I'm just trying to answer in a more authentic way. Like, maybe it's okay to not be okay. And that led to a great conversation. Then later I was practicing poetry in the courtyard, and she kind of saw me. It looked like I was talking to myself. She was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm practicing poetry." And she goes, "You should write a poem about me." And in my memory, she did like a hair toss and then, walked off. So here it is.
She said, "You should write a poem about me." Challenge accepted. Except it's not a challenge. This talent is self-directed to anyone or anything as special and as precious as a stranger who would take a second just to check in. And for a woman to ask a man why he's only doing okay and take the risk with the knowing it could go both ways, he could be a gentleman, a hero, or possibly a weirdo. She probably had no way to know for sure, but here goes. She decided to step forward with the kindness. But what she didn't know is that she was curing a blindness, because inside it was getting kind of dark behind my eyelids, but she shined a vibrant light in and something bright got ignited. See, what you didn't see is the identity crisis. Just know that what you didn't know is what you did was priceless. Sounds dramatic. I'm not trying to be overreactive, but that's the type of action that could actually save a life, sis. See, you were kind to a bro, when not everybody would have been. Last year, 4 men took their lives for every time a woman did. If you don't believe me, you could Google that and look at it. That's a stat that next year most will overlook again. Look, all I'm saying is as men, we've all been taught to hide. Been taught that no one really cares what's going on inside. Or worse, that if it's anything but great, that a life of shame awaits, so we'll do anything it takes to convince the world that our facade is anything but fake and we don't get things off our chest because we're too invested in saving face. We don't get things off our chest because we're too invested in saving face. And if we do show the pain, some people will walk away. So understand me when I say to have a stranger ask if you're okay is not just dandy. It's critical in this day and age. And without actions like that, our world would just stay the same. Sometimes it's the little things that create the greatest change. So yes, I'll write a poem and let the ink stain the page. I appreciate you. Don't ever stop being fearless. And I hope that you feel it when you hear this.
Yeah.
So I did get to actually perform that for her, and she was thrilled. She said she shared it with her mom, and they both cried as a sweet moment. So I think one of my favorite things is to write poetry kind of based on moments like that, meaningful interactions.
Socially curious, was she older than you?
She was she was younger than me.
Oh.
Yeah, she was younger than me. And she was actually significantly younger than she looked.
Ooh.
Yeah. But it, that's a good question. It was a really interesting. Socially, it is a socially interesting moment.
She had the passion of a nun. Or a preacher.
Yeah. All right. Raise your hand if you've ever been hurt or experienced some kind of pain in a relationship before.
Hell yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, thank goodness I'm not alone. Wait. Raise your hand if you haven't been hurt or experienced some kind of pain in a relationship before. Okay, that's what I thought. Thank God. All right. So yeah, that's part of the experience, right? So I may have written this next poem from a place of channeling out some of that hurt. So, just keep that in mind. Sometimes these art forms are an outlet. This one's called I Want a Girl. I want a girl who thinks about what she says before she says it. I want a girl who doesn't always stay behind her defenses. I want a girl who knows how to open up and relate, initiate, communicate, and at the least doesn't need to post pictures in lingerie. I can respect it, but was affected and had to just walk away. I want a girl eventually, but definitely not today. I want a girl who does what she loves and can support herself. A girl who each and every day is more and more herself. A girl who feels like a partner, not someone I have to carry. Who's not constantly unconsciously throwing jabs I have to parry. She doesn't make hurtful comments. She doesn't just blurt things out with no filter from an unintentionally hurtful mouth. I know you don't mean harm, but it's harmful nonetheless. I'm good because I only speak from the best, most intentional, loving, and considerate place. If she doesn't bring the same care, I'm done giving it chase. I used to just go after the pretty ones, but I'm done. I'm placing what's underneath far above what's on the outside. So many pretty ones, that's the minimum. I'm gonna consider the inner world before I'm giving them my attention, my time, my precious energy and heart, and writing poems for them too quick to give away my art. I want a girl, wait, matter of fact, I want a woman. I want one of the ones who's not full of the shoulds and shouldn'ts. I guess I better keep working on myself and change first, and then hold out for a girl who's put in the same work. I want a girl who's conscious, loving, and kind, a girl who's safe, honest, sweet, and has nothing to hide, a girl who knows how to speak her truth but not argue. I know who I'm looking for. The question now is, where are you?
Nice older woman.
She said, find a sugar mama. Can you give me a beat by any chance? Like any beat that I could freestyle to? So like any kind of hip hop beat? Hey, I knew that wasn't going to be difficult. Just over here. Someone want to throw out a topic? Love? Fruit? Love? And what? War! My mother is here in the audience. Okay. I have no idea how this is gonna go, but we'll see. I think love really comes from above. I think that's the origin. I think love comes from above. I think that's the origin. Just like an orange is from a tree. You know, you see me, I'm trying to get up here and just bust a free. Somebody said fruit, and I definitely love that. And I love to get up and bust raps. I love grapes if we're talking about fruit. I love to pop them in my mouth and hoot and chill and kick back and watch some nature documentaries. Yeah, that's what I'm rapping about in front of y'all. Yeah, it is something, y'all. Yeah, I see a lot of empty seats, but next week a lot more coming, y'all. Or next month. So spread the word. Freestyle. I hope you like what you heard. What was the other one? We had fruit and love. Oh yeah, I love my mother. That is just true from the heart, from the bottom of it. Yeah, I love this. It's the hottest of spitting. When I come up on the microphone, I break it like a bone. Sick and ridiculous, yeah, and I might condone love, fruit, and loving your mother. Maybe send her a fruit basket like no other. On Mother's Day, you could show up and play and be the best son or daughter or any way, whatever you are to your mother or your grandmother. Show up and love her. That was fun. I go by Natural Haikus. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you'll see we do a monthly event at my house where we gather around the fire pit in the backyard and we freestyle. But you don't have to have any freestyle experience. You don't even have to be a musician of any kind or have any artistic background whatsoever. It's just a place to come, share your voice. It's very supportive, very beginner friendly. We have prompts, we have beats, we have a featured artist every month. It's called the Fireside Freestyle, and all the proceeds, it's only $11, all the proceeds go to supporting Everyone's Music School, which provides voice lessons for BIPOC communities and low income for free.
All right.
So check it out. You can find the info on Natural Haikus on Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, Genoa Brown of Everyone's Music School is our feature in July, so please support Everyone's Music School.
Give it up for Jake Yoder, please. Natural Haikus. Let's do it.
All right, so I've been told to do a poem and then open up for our feature, our last feature of the night. And I'm just noticing that our beloved Swan family just walked into the building. So I also want to invite all of them to do something on the mic if they want to. Do y'all want to come up here and do something on this microphone? Sophia, come on and do something for me. And all of these beautiful people. Sophia, come on, y'all, give it up for Sophia. Sophia's a legend in this house. Oh my God, you are so grown. I can't even believe how amazing. Oh, and Olivia and Edward Swan, y'all give it up for them. These people came all the way from Texas, y'all, but they also pay half our bills. And we love them. And they're our best friends.
Before my daughter starts, I want to just say real quickly, my name is Edward Swan. I'm part of the Mic Drop project. I've been a part of it for quite some time, along with all of the other people that you see. We're really, really appreciative of this space, of holding space for artists, holding space for people who want to be artists or engage in the art community. And art has definitely taught me how to empower myself, and I hope to role model that for my children. But actually, one of my role models is actually in-house and is actually featuring today. Ekua was one of my professors at Cabrillo College, and she heavily influenced me to show that writing is a tool, it is a weapon of power for people who are underprivileged and underserved, and it's the best way for you to be seen. So if you don't already, you should do two things. One, enroll in her course at Cabrillo, and two, make sure you're writing. Yeah. All right, and then I'm going to introduce my daughters. This is Sophia Swan and Olivia Swan. Sophia prepared a special presentation.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Sophia, and I'm gonna do a poem called Gymnastics. When I do gymnastics, I feel like I'm eating my favorite type of ice cream. When I'm jumping off the bars, I feel like I'm flying. When I'm on vault, I feel like I'm in a race car. When I am on the beam, I feel like I'm bouncing on a beam over the water, telling myself, you can't fall. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all, I love when the youth come in the house. I can't handle it. Their voices give me life. Oh my goodness. Now I want to be a gymnast. I bet you gravity would kick my butt. Not even gonna lie. All right, I'm gonna do a poem and then we're gonna hand it over to the legend, the myth, and the mystery of Ekua. That's my version of the bio, but I got a whole couple paragraphs. I'm gonna read them. I swear they're much more legit than my version. All right, this is an older poem. I ain't done this in a minute. Bottle lightning and make it ink. Bottle lightning and make it ink. Not the pretty flash people watch from a safe porch. I mean the strike that comes down hungry, white hot, shameless, tongue first through the dark. Put thunder in a pen and tell the page to spread. I got too much sky in me to keep playing ceiling. Too much heat to keep pretending this is only weather. Too much want moving under my skin like a storm looking for somewhere soft enough to enter. So hand me the entire bottle. Hand me the dark glass. Hand me the thing they said was too dangerous to hold. I have been holding myself this entire time. You think lightning scares me? Baby, I learned early how to glow with absolutely zero permission. How to burn quiet, how to sit in a room full of people who wanted me dim and still pulse like a secret the night could not keep. So yeah, bottle lightning. Cork it with my breath, shake it with my hips, press it to the mouth of the page and listen to how badly the silence wants to be opened. Because once I pour it, it rides. It writes hot, it writes wet, it writes down the spine of every locked door that thought stillness meant surrender. This ink, it's not black, it's storm purple, bruised blue, neon nerve, a little blood, a little heaven, a little, I'm gonna omit this word because there's children in the room, blink around and find out in cursive. And when I put it to the page does not say paper, it becomes skin, it becomes witness, it becomes altar, it becomes the mouth I was punished for having. Line by line, I let the storm undress itself. And here is where the wire was touched. Here's where the fire answered. Here is where they called me dramatic because the truth showed up sweating, hair wild, smoke in its throat, looking too much like desire to be ignored. Here's where I survived and still had enough voltage left to make art out of the ache. This is what poets do. We don't just wait for the storm to pass. We catch the flash barehanded. We drag it screaming through the wrist. We make it spell what the body was too holy to keep buried. So, I mean it. Bottle actual lightning. Make it actual ink. Make it actually dangerous. Make it kiss like impact. Make it so damn bright even the liars have to squint. Make it so loud the dead things in me and you and the whole damn universe start arcing toward life. Because, frankly, I'm done being a cloud with no rain. Done being a throat with no thunder. Done being a woman full of weather in a patriarchal world pretending not to know how storms are made. Tonight, I unscrew the bottle. Tonight, I let the lightning touch air, and tonight, every single poem I write comes out electric. And anybody standing too close to the lie better move before I make the whole damn page come alive. That's my poem, that's what I got. So now, I'm going to introduce y'all to Ekua Omosupe, who was born on a cotton plantation in Yazoo County, Mississippi in 1951. She is the first person in her family to complete college and earn her PhD. She began her higher education in 1968 when she was recruited from her segregated North Dakota Taylor High School in Yazoo, Mississippi by academic scouts seeking students with academic potential but no financial resources to attend college. This ABC A Better Chance program was one of many federally funded higher education programs established under the 1964 civil rights laws signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson. Dr. Omosupe came to Santa Cruz, California in 1985 to attend the UCSC graduate program in literature. She earned her MA in American Literature in 1989 and her PhD in American Literature in 1997. Dr. Omosupe is the first African-American tenured professor in the English department at Cabrillo College, where she taught from 1992 to July of 2023. She has received numerous teaching awards, including multiple nominations and recognitions in the distinguished Who and 39s, Who Among America's Teachers in 1992, 98, 2000, 2002, and 2004. In addition to teaching, Dr. Omosupe is award-winning poet, social justice activist, and workshop facilitator. She has a collection of poems, Legacy, published in 1997 by Talking Circles Press in Santa Cruz, California. And she is looking forward to the publication of her brand new book, Snapshots of War, by Jamil Press in summer of 2026. I know why you all are here, and it's to welcome this woman to the stage. So please give it up for Ekua, all the way to the stage. I'm gonna need y'all to clap a little bit more enthusiastically. I should probably play some music. That's what I think. I'm doing too much up here.
I would like to get to know if we could be want to say hello to everybody. I'm so thrilled to be here. And thank you for all of the poetry that you shared. I am always inspired by poetry, by prose as well. Poetry, since I was 12 years old, I've been writing poems. And your poems inspire me. And I have so many poems inside to write, and you've just added more to it. So thank you for all that. And to the beautiful children and that beautiful poem about gymnastics and vaulting, and oh, it was just so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. All right. I'm going to read first from my book, Legacy. And I brought some over here on the table for sale if you'd like to purchase one. And since this is a celebration of LGBTQ+, this is our month, at least get a month, right? Which is good, but I celebrate us every day. The same as I celebrate Black history every day. That's right. So this first poem I'm going to read to you from Legacy is a tribute to Pat Parker. Pat Parker is one of my sheroes. She's been gone from this plane for a few decades now. And this poem won me the Pat Parker Poetry Prize back in 1992 from Woman in the Moon Press. Thank you. Pat Parker, poet, woman, warrior. You were born fighting. Your life a weapon which you thrust again and again against those who sought to destroy you because you were Black, female, poor. You marched barefoot in the tracks of your ancestors and kinfolk who gave you the strength and the anointing to declare your right to be here. In their names and in the names of those who would come after you, you fought. Your life testifies to the victories that belong to us who are born in your likeness, Black, lesbian, warrior. It is a beacon for us who travel in the night, hear the war cry, and storm into battles that were not of our making, but are now our charge. We must fight them for the sake of our survival. You fought a good fight on the front lines. There is no coward in you. You stand a dike at the crossroads of present and future, shield and spear in hands, encouraging us forward. This next poem is The Journey. As a child, I began this journey to myself, looking for safe harbors, full moons, a bosom on which to rest my head. At 12, I met Annie, who was also searching for warmth, comfort, arms to hold her tight. We wrestled belly to belly on the living room sofa after Mama fell asleep. Our eager kisses and hungry fingers tasted warm secrets and sealed a pact between us, girlfriends, who swore not to tell what we found between each other in the middle of that hot North Carolina summer. We kissed and licked each other's disappointments and hurts to an innocent ecstasy, until prying eyes and an uninvited guest discovered us naked without excuse in the middle of the afternoon on my mother's daybed. We were scared, angry, mute in the face of accusation and whispers. Funny, funny, you girls are not normal, normal. We ran from ourselves and from each other, enemies who avoided each other's gazes, forgot our pact of sisterhood and girlfriends. Rumors spread, and we used them like stones against each other. The distance between us grew into a gulf, and we each set sail in different directions, looking for safe harbors, full moons, a bosom to rest our heads. At 12, we did not know that there were others like us, women who kissed, held hands, made love to each other in secret. Our risk was theirs also. I do not know where this first lover of mine has gone. I do not know what harbor she found. I hope she is safe and is lulled to sleep with deep heart kisses. I too have traveled far and battle against my own fears of being caught naked again by prying eyes and shamed by someone else's fears. On this journey to myself, at every chance, I anchor at harbors that feel safe, where women stand guard on the shore and lull me to rest. I learn that safety is where we make it, and I too stand guard at the shores of women's lives, protecting, nurturing, loving, lulling them to rest. This next poem I'm going to read is from the title page of the book, Legacy. A legacy. My great-grandmother Mary was a willowy black woman, less than 5 feet, mother for 6 children, a lifetime of 70 years. She was a sharecropper, granddaughter of a slave, could pick 200 pounds of cotton a day, make dresses from flour sacks, slaughter her own hogs. She never married. When Mom Mary died, I wept for this fallen Amazon who fed me preserves and biscuits, rocked me at night, dried my tears, told me secrets about being a woman, how to survive in my blackness. And it sure is a job 24/7, let me tell you. Surviving in my blackness, surviving as a woman. It is incredible. And I gotta say, as much as I love life, that part ain't no fun at all. I want to read a poem here that's in memory of my beloved wife who passed away. July 15th will be 5 years since she's been gone, and I'm still traumatized after 30 years of being with my beloved. And I want to also give a shout out to her name is Davila Omosupe. And I want to tell you that she came out when she was 15 years old on Easter Sunday. She was raised in the Catholic Church, though she was also white tablecloth spiritualist. This is 5 portraits of Maria. 1. When evening comes, I will stand with you and watch the moon. Its light shining in your eyes invites me. 2. Your magic is your love, serious, consistent, like water on dry dirt. I soak it up. I pause at your strength, beauty, and the sureness of your step. With purpose, you hold me close to your heartbeat. I listen to the rhythm, touch it without reservation to my own heart, and feel daybreak between us. 3. Night used to live in your hair, dark and impenetrable. Now the moon shines in it, and I cannot count the stars that hide there and twinkle their approval. 4. I have never known anyone like you, seer, friend. Only yesterday I heard God call you precious. It was reflected in the smile you gave to me. 5. I traveled far before I came to your lodgings. You invited me to rest, and you cradled me like a child. This next poem is titled Africa in Your Face. Look at me. Do you see Africa imbrued in my flesh, mapped in the ridges and contours of my body? Persistent strength and courage course through my veins. I am a testament to her power, life force, despite the efforts of white colonizers who tried to cut her tongue, steal her strength, destroy her root and branch, starve her children, kill us all with pestilence, disease, prison. I am blood, body, bone of ancestors who traveled in overcrowded ships, chained to death, suffocating in feces, raped, seasick. Look at me. See the resemblance I bear to kings, queens, poets, astronauts, mathematicians, mothers, children who lay in the bellies of cargo ships. Listen closely. The echoes of brutish voices tell me that I am nothing more than object, instrument, mule, a beast of burden. But beasts cannot talk, plan insurrections, nor birth generations of Black African children who look like me. I am Africa, a piece of the continent, displaced, a foreigner to my own people. African in America, a Black landscape, a colonized person. Africa, a survivor living in me. Now, I want to draw your attention to the biggest lie that America perpetrates, which is that lie called colorblind. Now, we all know that America is not colorblind. They mean to say something else, I'm sure. Maybe they mean to say, when I look at you and I see that you're not white like me, I don't take offense. And that's a good thing. What they're trying to say, I believe, is because you're black, I have to pretend I don't see you, because if I see you, then I have to admit to a whole bunch of bad stuff. Yeah. That I think and that I do and that I legislate against you. Okay, now just today, I was upset because I was watching YouTube and a selection that from what is it? TikTok, yes. And there was a white man on TikTok talking about, we need to get slavery back. We need to enslave those blacks. He said, ever since we set them free, they've done nothing but cause trouble. And that's just some of what he said. Okay? So it did upset me. So I'm going to read this poem titled Colorblind. And in class, I always talked about these myths. In English 1A, myths, values, reality, and change. America. And these are the 4 things that I talked about in America. Okay. This poem I wrote after reading Pat Parker's poem, quote, to white people who want to be my friend, end quote. That was the poem that Pat Parker wrote. So I wrote this poem, Colorblind. There are people who declare they are colorblind. They don't see color. They don't see color. They see me, a black woman, dreadlocked, thick-lipped, a ring in my nose, but no color. They don't see color. Of course, they see that my eyes are brown, my hair is black and white, my skin is burnt chestnut, rubbed red, and looks like the sun has set in it, but they don't see color. Why do you, colorblind, want to deny me my identity? Is it the kink of my hair? Do you think that if you notice it is uncombed, not straight, that I will be embarrassed? Is it the thickness of my red lips that catches you off guard, makes you stutter, because they are so like the ones you have seen in Africa adorned? Why are you colorblind? Do you think I will be embarrassed if you notice that I am not white, not permed, not a replica of Aunt Jemima, Donna Reed, not like you? Or is it your embarrassment you fear? When you see me, look at my face. Notice I am black, descended from noble people, proud of our fortitude, resistance, strength, struggle. I am black, black. I will stay black. Yes, thank you. Just need to wet my tongue. I'm going to read Strength is Ours. Soweto and Alabama are sisters, removed from each other by an ocean and a middle passage. Both of their children run in the streets crying, dying to be free. Afrikaners, white men of Dutch, German, French descent, soldiers in government uniform, sanctioned and sanctified in hate, convinced of their superiority, stalked black African children in the streets, stood in the doorways of schools, eavesdropped at classroom windows, shot them down in the schoolyard because they wanted to chart their own destiny, honor their own heroes, be free. Those superior men jailed over 8,000 children, shocked their genitals with electrodes, raped little girls, confined them solitary, laughed at their pain. In Alabama, police batons crushed black skulls, illegal assembling, illegal protest against lynching, arson, castration, rape, segregation. Separate but equal stood in the school door wearing George Wallace's best governor demeanor for state business. Spectators tore the children's clothes, spit in their faces, called them niggers and jungle bunnies in the name of Constitution, religion, tradition, the American way, race divided. Blackness is threat, poverty a death sentence, democracy and freedom bad words, punishable. Yet cousins, African, American, blend our voices. Montu away do, human power. Amandala way do, power is ours. Amandala ngwete, strength is ours. I want to say that the high school I went to was N.D. Taylor. That was the person's name. We only knew the initials, N.D. Taylor. That's okay. And I was born into segregation, and I grew up in segregation. The good thing is my dad was in the military, so we lived really in southern duty states is where I grew up. And when I was a child, we did live in Germany for about 2 years. And it's a great memory that I have living in Germany, learning the German language. And but of course I was traumatized because I grew up riding in the back of the bus, not being able to go into a restaurant, and then going to Germany. And I met the same white people there because they acted just like they were still in Mississippi, North Carolina, Alabama, for the most part. So it was still a good thing that we did have an opportunity to move, even if it was from segregated city to segregated state to segregated state. It was okay. As I look at whom it is I have become, because we are all of those things that we experience. I tell my siblings, I have 6 brothers and 2 sisters. One of my brothers has gone to heaven, so now there's just 5 of them. And I am the elder of all of the children in the family. And the first time my brother said to me, you know, you're the head of the family now. I said, no, I'm not. He said, yes, you are. I said, well, I don't want to be. He said, but you are. So I am. I am. And this next poem I'm going to read to you is A Girl Child Ain't Safe in a House of Men. And those words, the title of that poem, come from Sophia in The Color Purple. If you might remember that scene in the field, the garden, whatever it was. Okay. Men have interest in my body, whether I hide behind a quilt of flesh or starve it to skeletal thinness. My uncle scraped my hymen away with dirty hands and a 15-year-old appetite when I was a child, not even 6. He made me bleed. Fear made me nearly forget. My body remembers. In exchange for silences, my stepfather did teach me the facts of life. A penis that grew from touch to shudder and spit into 12-year-old hands. I could not wash them clean. At age 14, my curiosity peaked at white hands holding pink dicks that rode through my neighborhood to offer $5 a ride to ripe tits and a natural ass. I ran. At 20, I married. My husband was a bondsman, held me loyal with Mrs., a gold band, and holy book full of curses. I defy them. God, man, penis, a holy trinity secured by feminine bondage, woman work, abuse on her person, forced silence, pain. I reject them. Mother, deliver me out of this compound of thieves, seducers, rapists, fathers. Come tornado strong in windy song, lightning in hand, thunder in your demands, storm me to freedom, save my life. I'm probably running out of time.
You can take all the time you want.
Okay, I'll give you a couple more. Okay, this is my new book. It will be released on July 15th, and then you can buy it on Amazon and, let's see, where else did she tell me? Barnes and Noble. And it's published by Jammy Press. And I'm going to read to you the first poem in the book. It's titled A White Male. To be white is to be part of the in crowd in America. To be white and male is a prized body form, to be born into. It is touted as a divine blessing from God. The one made this man in his own image, lucky, white, powerful, glorious, a kingdom come. A white male body, young, strong, virile, opens every door of goodwill in America. They soar to lofty heights, bold as eagles. They conquer whole nations with pestilences, diseases, damnation that masquerades as friendships and helping hands. A white male is not innocent. His complicity in the system, white supremacy, is his birthright. White males, you have power. You can abdicate to human rights. Are all gods so insensitive to the human sufferings they create? Thank you. This next poem is Time and Place 2026, and I found this poem in a writing workshop that was, I go to Elbina's Writers 55 Plus, and it's a wonderful writers workshop. I have 3 writers workshops that I do on Zoom, and I'm so pleased, and they just, so thrilling. That would be Elbina's Writers 55 Plus. That would be the Writers of Color by our, founded by our beautiful Vivian. And so inspiring, Writers of Color in Santa Cruz. And then She's Way, I forgot her last name, sorry. Siegel? Okay, thank you. She's Way Siegel, second Tuesday. We have a writing workshop. And in all of those workshops, I am like so thrilled, so inspired. Everybody is just so wonderful and talented. So I find a lot of poems. You know, we do free writes, and then those free writes become poems. So this one is called Time and Place 2026. I am an African American woman, born, raised, educated, and living in a country that hates me and my kind. Why is that? America and American are words that expresses location and identity, but the implications of their meanings are not applied equally to all of us. To be American is an ID, recognized, reserved, owned, and jealously guarded by white people particularly. It is cultural currency to rich white men effectively. Does the U.S. Constitution guarantee in law human rights and fairness? One to the other, unrestricted, ungendered, unracialized, without usury, government for the people, by the people. It is touted as the holy scripture of American democracy, a guidebook that is scripted by the founding fathers. Who were they? Slavers, misogynists, rapists, human traffickers, authors of genocide, ethnic cleansing, cultural erasures, black codes, Jim Crow. Their sons are heirs to a legacy of lawlessness, serial killing, colonization, greed, grift, impunity. They make war on non-white people, the earth, and women under a banner of white male entitlements, Christianity, white nationalism, progress, and indemnity. They are practitioners of dehumanization. Look at ghettos, the prison industrial complex, police brutality, inferior schooling, generational poverty. Witness the hopelessness they inspire. On its face, the U.S. Constitution is a document written to secure white male allegiance to white male dominance, entitlements, and privileges. Its amendments are at best a treaty of broken promises, myths, and lies. The 13th Amendment formally abolished slavery and involuntary servitude throughout the United States, except as punishment for a crime. The 14th Amendment granted citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the U.S., including former enslaved people, and guaranteed all citizens equal protection under the law, and prohibits individuals who engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the U.S. from holding federal or state office. The 15th Amendment, ratified in 1870, prohibits the federal government and states from denying a U.S. citizen the right to vote based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude. It was designed to protect the voting rights of formerly enslaved black men after the Civil War. Whom do these laws benefit really? Women are scourged, beaten, dehumanized, excluded, objectified in all American civilization, institutions, homes, and churches. They are tasked to disseminate and obey male-centered values, codified laws, behaviors, beliefs, lies, and phallus worship. Yet women are not trusted to occupy their own bodies and lay claim to the miracle of it, from sexuality to reproduction. Roe v. Wade was made null and void by the Supreme Court. When women step into their autonomy, attempt to escape from male dominance, the risk of abuse escalates, punishment ensues. They are castigated, raped, discredited, and murdered, cut off from male benefactors, and expelled from the private gardens of Eden, landscaped and planted by patriarchy. What is Eden? Where is it? It is our American society and culture, a plantation mastered by white males and their overseers, wielding whips, forced breeding, gaslighting, and hiding their treachery. Only women can free ourselves from this slavery of gender proscriptions, self-deprecation, disparagement of our sisters, jealousy, and the competition that separates us from each other. Freedom is not a script, it is action, commitment to truth, walking through fear, engendering self-love, determination to claim ourselves and each other. See the value in individual women and the group. Sisterhood is necessary for survival. It is a gift, a powerful tool in our arsenal of resistance to nihilism. We should embrace it. Let us recognize We are all deserving of human treatment, regardless of the bodies we are born into. It is up to us, each one, to speak truth to power, to claim our right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Adam chose to eat the forbidden fruit. Eve did not force feed him. Man's fall from grace is his fault. Accept the truth and responsibility for your actions. Set yourself free. Thank you. This Timothy Thomas, rest in peace. April 7, 2001. He was the 15th black male killed by Cincinnati police since 1995. What is a terrorist? Was Timothy Thomas terror-stricken? Does police murder of black men qualify as terrorism? Is Ohio a police state? American justice makes black folk tremble. On the street and in the courtroom, terror is palpable. Pouring sweat, dried spit, thick tongue, locomotion, heartbeat, racing of blood. On the streets, feet run fast, fast, faster, not swift enough to outrun police bullets, seeking the bull's eye of black heads, black backs, black hearts, black lives. Timothy Thomas could not run fast enough to escape the early death and cold grave of the law. He did not survive that one deadly bullet triggered by one white finger, the finger of one officer of the law. Did the officer of the law murder that black boy? Did the officer of the law kill that black boy in cold blood? Did that peace officer murder that child? He was a potentially dangerous situation for Officer Roach. Officer Roach was afraid of an unarmed boy, a black boy running away from the law, running down a dark Cincinnati alley, running away from 14 warrants, traffic charges, police batons, rumors of death. Was Timothy Thomas afraid of the law? He had run before, run from death at the hands of the law, run into death by the hands of the law. His black life drained red from his body, his future congealed beneath him, cleaned up with other street waste. Timothy Thomas lay cold, naked, exposed, under the scrutiny of the law. Judge Winkler said he was a potentially dangerous situation for Officer Roach. Police Officer Roach's action was reasonable on his part, based on duty to protect our peace, guard our safety, save our children. Judge Winkler did not weep for this life lost, stolen by the law, crushed in its budding time. For 19 years, Timothy Thomas survived Cincinnati, did not protect him, did not love him, did not hold his life dear, did not know the worth of his manhood, could not value it, could not harness it, did kill it. Judge Winkler said Officer Roach's action was reasonable on his part, based on Timothy Thomas. He was a potentially dangerous situation for Officer Roach. Was Timothy Thomas afraid of the law? He had run before, run from death at the hands of the law, run into death by the hands of the law. I'm going to read two more. This next poem is The Execution of Betty Lou Beats. Any y'all ever heard of Betty Lou Beats before? Okay. I see one person said, yeah. Betty Lou Beats died today at 6 p.m., February 24, 2000. Executed by the state of Texas. At 4 a.m., a prison guard in his kindest voice awakened her, calling, "Betty, Betty Lou, Betty, it's time to get up now. It's time to go." "What? Where?" she rasped. Natural sleep had just closed her eyes, and she dreamt of her girlhood, a drunken daddy, a mentally ill mother, and acute longing to be someplace else. She dreamt of the open fields where she ran, the vast blue sky she fell into when she twirled herself silly, weightless, disappearing, forgetting. "Come on, Betty Lou, it's time to go." "Go? Go where?" she mumbled. She hoped she would be going home to her children and grandchildren. She hoped the governor would consider the circumstances. 31 years of domestic abuse on her body, raped at 5, beaten by her daddy, no protection, run away, married too early, no job, no shelter, hungry children, a mean husband, no rescue, never loved, never wanted by anybody, never. Yes, she killed Jimmy Don Beats. One time too many. He held the gun to their daughter's head. Never again would he punch Betty's face, bloody her nose, make her beg for her life while her children watched, terrorized, screaming. Betty Lou did not kill Jimmy Don for money. She did not want $200,000 insurance. Money did not tempt her to this crime of passion, to save her life, to protect her children, to be safe. This once she wanted herself. This once she stood up to him. Betty Lou hoped Governor George W. Bush would see her plight, stay her execution. "Betty, it's time to go," the voice said again. Yes, she would get up off her cot, put on the white prison uniform she was handed, and walk past the cells of the other women there in the death house, waiting for the hand of mercy or God or the governor to save them. She would do all she could to keep this little bit of life that she hung on to. She would hold it tight. She would not choose her final meal. She would not give up hope. She would not give up hope. She would not give up hope. Betty Lou Beats, 62 years old, great-grandmother, abused child, abused wife, sentenced to death for the murder of Jimmy Don Beats' husband. Betty Lou Beats died today at 6 p.m., February 24, 2000, executed by the state of Texas.
Ekua, how old was she?
She was 62. 62 years old. And you know what?
Spent 31 years in prison before they executed her.
No, she was 62 years old when she died. She had been, in a marriage for 31 years. Okay, but I don't know how long, I forgot how long she was actually in prison since I didn't include it in the poem, I forgot. Okay, so maybe I have two more. This is the first time this poem, Dick's an anti-rape poem that was ever published. So this is an anti-rape poem. And there are many of us who are survivors. And yeah, it's a real short poem. Dicks run like wild horses through this valley of young girls, grown women, crones who walk cool, vulnerable, unsuspecting. Dicks, unsheathed weapons, swords in men's hands, stalk, stab, shoot, kill innocents. They roam like rabid dogs. Everybody is prey. Dick, shut your eye. Close your paw. With a dick, die.
Dang. How was that?
That's a good. I wrote that poem probably 35 years ago.
Yeah, still true today.
Yeah, still today. Okay. I'm going to end with this poem, Speak Truth to Power. I was trying to decide whether, okay, I will end with unfinished, but I'm going to read this one poem here called Speak Truth to Power, which is such a big problem, don't you think? Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Speak truth to power. We are moving up. There is so much to repair and so much reckoning to witness. We, the people, have to continue to raise our voices and speak truth to power. We, the people, are America. We, the people, will be glad when COVID-19 is in the rearview mirror. We, the people, are hostages to white supremacy. We, the people, are not blind, though misled by greed. We, the people, are not deaf, but are selective in what we hear. We, the people, too easily forsake each other for trinkets, promises of gold and silver and power. What is more precious than life without masters? What do you exchange your civil rights for? We, the people, must learn from the challenges that have brought us to our knees. President Donald J. Trump, COVID-19, insurrection, and storming the Capitol. A president making war on his own government is leukemia, a heart attack, a bursting of blood in the head, a cancellation of reason and light. Yes, cynicism replaces compassion. Lindsey Graham and sycophant are synonyms. And we pray for social justice, peace, and health. We the people must speak truth to power. If we do not unlatch our tongues, though we are trembling with fear, who will? Frederick Douglass taught us power concedes to nothing without struggle. Our silences and our fears are clogging democracy and constipating civility and freedom, main arteries in the body politic. Audre Lorde said it, your silence will not protect you. We the people must all work together to make this a better society, a better nation, a better world. We the people are interdependent and nothing gets done without each other doing it. We the people need each other. We the people deserve social justice. We the people must work together to achieve it. We the people must recognize that our destinies are tied together. We the people must allow love to heal us. We the people are strong. We the people are vulnerable. We the people are not islands. We the people have a responsibility to speak truth to power. Thank you. Can't think of, maybe I'll just end with this one. Oh, say, can you see President Donald John Trump unabashedly flaunts his corruption? High-toned diva, singing flat and off-key, the lead in operatic America, prima donna. I love y'all too.
Thank you.
We all fight wars every single day, every day.
Good shot, baby.
Every day. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here, for clapping, and for appreciating all of the words. So many words from all of us that have touched all of us in so many different ways. I appreciate everything, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you, Mr. Swan. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell a story about you.
Tish, nice seeing you, huh?
Yeah. Good seeing you too.
All right.
So y'all gotta hear a story. When I was little, a baby dyke, Ekua was one of the first, legit legend poets that I saw at a women's conference. And I was 15, 16 years old at San Lorenzo Valley High School. They took me with the Lit Club all the way to a women's conference in Monterey. And I happened to see Ekua speak. And she spit some poetry about righteousness and her life and her trauma and how to be righteous in her voice and whatever. And I went on to become a legend of poetry afterwards because she kind of told me that all the legends of poets that I had read could be real. I could be one of them in her voice. But I was like a kid in awe with Ekua. I had a little bit of a crush, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh shit. So, but she made the dream of making your voice a medium tangible. So I'd grown up reading all these famous authors in the library, stealing away my minutes and hours. And they were far away to reach for, right? But when I saw Ekua on the stage that day, I realized that I could do that too. And I just think that today we had the honor as the Mic Drop Squad to host some unseen legends in the community that have poured into numerous people that have been given the chance to realize how powerful a voice is. And I don't think Mic Drop could be what it is today if we weren't poured into by these kinds of women, and specifically Ekua herself, because I couldn't be the Jessie that you all learned to love if Ekua didn't inspire me when I was a little kid. And I had like a really traumatic childhood, so like I learned to like thrive through my pen. I wouldn't be here today if she didn't inspire me to use it as a medium. I think she might have saved my life, honestly. And I mean that with the sincerity of like truth. But I think she probably did that to a lot of us, honestly. Because I mean, like, we grow up reading all these famous people, you know, and they inspire us from a distance. But that day when I saw her on that stage, what I had a crush on was a mirror of myself. She showed me that I could be like the famous people that I aspire to be. And that my trauma story had a place in my own narrative as greatness. And so we were honored to invite you and Elbina into this room and like shine a light on y'all. And like, I hope you all know that your like pillars are like foundations in Santa Cruz. And we aspire to hold space for like icons like you. And I know I'm putting you on like a big ass pedestal, but one of the best parts about you is that you make us equal to you. You make us all like elevated up to your status, and like we get to run around as like demigods next to you, and I love that. Honestly, I don't think I'd be the poet I am if you didn't that day be yourself. And I have been myself ever since. And everyone in this room that I like run this with, I know has that same kind of integrity. We don't always get it right, but we try to do it authentically. And we love holding space, no matter how y'all show up. And if y'all didn't come in here tonight and throw down your truth, it couldn't have been as beautiful. So we thank you. You don't have to go home, but you do have to go out of here. We recommend you get a hug from somebody before you leave. We love you. Thank you for showing up. Akua's got some books. We would like you to buy them all before she leaves. If not, at least give her some love. We love you. Good night.
I love y'all. Thank you so much.
No, I think we're just gonna disconnect. Because we don't have Jason, so it's just us.
I can help too.
Awesome. I know you guys just walked in. I'm sorry. I figured you guys got caught up with dinner or something. But you guys were like perfect timing for her though. And we let her just go as long as she wanted to go.
Yeah, that was awesome too. So I'm gonna kick it. I think Lorraine's gonna take the girls home and I'll kick it up.
Yeah, I can drop you off.
Yeah. You can stay too if you want. We're taking down the stuff.
Oh, you're so amazing.
No, I can't get the flowers and stuff. I know I didn't know I didn't meet them. I do.
I hope you come
Do
back.
I do? Yes.
Oh, we had so much fun with you tonight.
Let's just say that sometimes features come unexpected.
I said what?
I know, somebody just threw you on the list. Somebody just threw you up. They knew you needed to be. And they were right. They were right. Greg and I were so blessed that you actually spit right after we were like, yo. And then you said, hey, bitch, RP, like, I don't know. I was like, said it all. So many people can't call them out of their stuff like that. But you did it.
That's perfect. It was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely.
Yeah. Next time we'll do it again. We'll bring a guitar.
Well, and I I'm ready for anything anyway, but I'm gonna have to tell Lisa.
Yeah.
She's 21. Almost 22.
Okay, we go.
No, she blessed me.
Yes, she did. Yeah, I was gonna come back, she said. Yeah, eat the rest of it. Yeah, that's a jerky in my bag too.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you did. I didn't know that. I was checking in. You're like, I'm checking in. I'm your camera.
We did as many as I could find. We have a lot of options here, actually. We used it for. The apple cider. I told her we still are here nervous. And we've been doing this for years. But I was. Can you adjust the white block? I know, I need to do something.
Like nothing, right? Yeah. That's okay. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
We're gonna, Swan's gonna help us pack that up and drop them off. Do you know how to turn off the YouTube live? Can you go to my phone?
Yeah. Right. I'll be safe. Yeah.